Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Obi-Wan, which is coming out in a couple of days, and Lucasfilm's damage control. Damage control for diversity in dinosaurs.
Yes, I was very entertained.
We're gonna talk about all of this. Apparently, the narrative is becoming already preemptively that if you don't like Obi-Wan, it's probably because you're a racist. We've been down this road with Lucasfilm so many times, and that just tells me that these rumors that we're hearing about, was it Reva, this new character, are probably true. That this is going to be the book of Obi-Wan, that he is going to be sidelined in his own show, and this new character is probably going to take center stage. And if you don't like that you don't like this new character in Obi-Wan taking center stage, then you're a racist and a bigot and a homophobe and a nistophobe.
Well, they're already starting. I mean, we talked about the other day. Apparently, Lucasfilm warned the actress about racism, and then this one person takes this whole entire article and to talk about how racism is a problem in Star Wars, but basically everybody who doesn't agree with their vision of Star Wars is a problem in Star Wars.
Yeah, so it's beginning again, and we're going to talk about that in some recent comments by some of the people in the Lucasfilm story group in regards to the High Republic.
That was the writers, yeah.
The writers, and yeah, we're going to talk about all this. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 268,000 subs. Thank you for the support. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, we don't talk about Star Wars as much as we used to. Because frankly, we're not as excited about it as we used to be, and mostly we just kind of point and laugh at all the dumb shit that Disney has been doing with Star Wars. And Obi-Wan is coming out, and that was actually a glimmer of hope I had. I'm like, well, maybe Obi-Wan will be good, and the trailer dropped, and it's like a non-trailer. Like, I don't even know what this is about.
This isn't the trailer. It's like the little recap before the show starts tomorrow.
But it's all just flashbacks of episode 4 and of the prequels, and like, yes, we know this is an established character. Thank you very much. But most of what I've seen for the promotion has been Reva, this new character in the Inquisitor. Grand Inquisitor or whatever, and yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of Obi-Wan. It's very Obi-Wan light.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, we don't know yet. But my issue is the PR the spin has already started. Okay, so Lucasfilm apparently told this actress that, oh, because the fans are racist, just so you know.
Yes.
And of course, it's going back to the Kelly Marie Tran incident and all that stuff. I'm not saying that there weren't people that were being racist. I am 100% sure there probably were people that were being racist.
Yeah.
But those people are not indicative of everyone who doesn't like your movies, and you're just trying to boil it down to that point.
Yeah, Carl Weathers. Nobody had a problem with Carl Weathers being in The Mandalorian. Nobody had a problem with Giancarlo Esposito. Nobody had a problem with John Boyega as Finn. You know, really. I mean, I'm sure people did, but you know, the vast majority of people did not.
People don't like Rose Tico because her character sucked, not because they didn't like Kelly Marie Tran. Now, I mean, there are some people, again, there were some people, I'm sure, that made some shitty comments, but they were like a tiny group of people in comparison to everybody else who did not like your movie. So stop trying to say everybody who didn't like it is a racist. And that's kind of what this article does. So this article is talking about the interview, and the actress who plays Reva made comments too that she isn't the one who said about racism. However, she is the one who made the comment about, here, I have it here. She makes a comment about it's about time kind of thing. Yeah, Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity I think we've ever seen in the galaxy before. To me, it's long overdue. You've got talking droids and aliens, but no people of color. It doesn't make any sense. It's 2022. Well, honey, you're not correct. It's been done for many years. Prequels had diversity. The new movies had diversity. They've been putting it in the shows. They've been putting it in animated series. It's been done for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you the original trilogy. Everybody joked that Lando was the only black guy in the galaxy. I'll give you that. But ever since then, even, again, to the prequels, George Lucas seemed to be more cognizant of that, and he made sure
Right.
that even the humans in the Jedi Council were not just a bunch of white dudes.
Right.
You know?
But beyond that, it's like they've been doing lots of things to correct this for years, but it needs to be corrected now that she's there. But back to the point, it was Lucasfilm who told her this. Lucasfilm,
Yes.
the ones who
Yes.
shrunk Finn or removed him off the poster.
That is true.
Yes.
Lucasfilm,
Lucasfilm, the ones who stuck the mask on Black Panther for China, or they weren't the ones that did that, it was Marvel. But you know what I mean, Disney in general.
Yeah.
It's this whole, we're against racism unless we're the ones, being racist. So
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to take them seriously when they did what they did to John Boyega,
Yeah, I know. And it's stupid. And they're trying to say everybody's racist, and that's bullshit. So this author goes on about she'd likely encounter racist fans since she was a Black woman entering the franchise. Nobody cares that she's a Black woman.
What they care about is, will her character take over the show, a brand new character take over the Obi-Wan show.
Right.
That's what people are concerned about.
And even if you have a new character, it's like it could be done right and wrong. People, they don't like the Star Wars movies from Disney because it's not about good characters and good story. It's about agenda and narrative. And that's the problem. You can make a good story with diverse characters. Diversity isn't the issue. So they go on. This is lovely. They say about how it's a consistent problem throughout many fandoms. I'm sure they're talking about Lord of the Rings. Fandoms are made up of many people, all with an appreciation for their franchise or property. They're passionate about true. These communities can help bring people together and give them a place where they can share their passions with others. True. They should be safe spaces for everyone who loves Star Wars or Marvel or anything else. But people can disagree with each other. You're allowed to disagree. You're not allowed to not like the movies. There should be no space in fandoms for racism, bigotry, or other discrimination. I agree with you. But that isn't the issue here. Stop conflating it.
They're already creating an issue where there wasn't an issue because they know people are going to lose their shit when the show comes out.
It's the Book of Reva.
It's the Book of Reva. It's not about Obi-Wan.
And now they're trying to say preemptively, oh, you're racist. Okay?
Yes.
So unfortunately, for every person looking to spread positivity within a fandom, there's another who is seeding negativity throughout the community. Let's talk about negativity throughout the community. How about the media? And the media's, what they've done. They've taken a crack and they've turned it into a canyon.
They tend to spread that crack as wide as it'll go.
They do. They shove their agenda in.
Shove that agenda right in.
Right.
Yeah.
But the media caused a lot of the problems. People were in discussion. Oh, I didn't like it. I didn't like Holdo. I didn't like, Rey. I didn't like whatever. And they took that to, it was because you're haters. Because they loved it. They thought it was great. So if you didn't like it, it was a personal attack against them. So they launched personal attacks against anybody who disagreed with their opinion. So when they're talking about room for difference of opinion, that's bullshit. The only room for an opinion is the ones that agree with you.
Yeah, this has been going on for years, at least 5 or 6 years now. And it's articles like this that have painted the fandom in such negative light. And again, there are exceptions. There are people that are legit shitbags.
And we agree those people are shitbags.
Yeah,
we agree with you.
I agree. Those people, they're garbage people.
We've said it many times.
But, anybody, case in point, The Last Jedi, if you did, it's still to this day, if you said, for legit reasons, I hated The Last Jedi. I hate what they did to Luke Skywalker. I hated these new characters they brought in that had no purpose, really.
I did not that I hated Finn and Poe in them. I just didn't like these new characters that belittled Finn and Poe.
Right. And it just didn't make sense within the context of the trilogy why they walked things back and all that. And if you say that, you're a misogynist, a racist, a bot, a Russian bot.
I literally got told by somebody I was a misogynist, and this is a dude. And when I didn't agree that, I refused to agree that these characters are the greatest ever, they literally called me a foul words in Spanish. The man mansplained me and then swore at me in Spanish.
Yeah, and again, this is
it's all about misogyny.
We're conflating legit criticism with personal attacks.
Yes, and it goes on.
Yeah.
It seems as though every time a character is cast with a person of color, there's an uproar from particular members of the community. Some of these people will hide their uproar behind wanting to be faithful to the source material. Like Stan Lee. I think that's a slam at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yet when it's a brand new character, there's still backlash. Well, I have no problem with the brand new character as long as it makes sense. Others call it the studio for being woke. Yet it seems that simply introducing a person of color, including a person of color, regardless of any other facts, makes the studio woke in a bad way. Nobody's saying that. This sounds like they're pissed about Lord of the Rings And they're trying to make it about Star Wars.
Well, the problem is with, Lord of the Rings is a much bigger issue because they are making up stuff whole cloth, right? In this case, yeah, Star Wars, they're always introducing new characters, and that's fine. What the concern people have, and again, I'm not saying that some people don't have concerns like, oh my God, Black Lady in Star Wars, even though there have been lots in more recent years. The concern is the leaks so far seemed to indicate that this is going to be the Book of Reva, and Obi-Wan is going to take a backseat in his own show. And even the promotional materials, I'm seeing a lot of Inquisitors, I'm seeing a lot of Reva, I'm not seeing a lot of Obi-Wan.
Right, and that's the issue. You're calling it Obi-Wan, people want to see Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
They're worried that it's not going to be about Obi-Wan. And if they do that, then they're going to turn around and people complain and say it's because of racism.
Well, Boba Fett. That was the biggest bait and switch. It was like, hey guys, Boba Fett, the show. And it was like, oh yeah, Boba Fett, except he's not quite Boba Fett, and these other characters are going to steal his thunder, and we're even going to cut him out of a couple episodes.
Well, here we go again. This whole thing what I'm talking about. This negative outburst on social media takes a toll on the actors, the fans, and the franchise as a whole. Basically, when you're not liking it because you're making us feel bad.
Okay, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? If the franchise is suffering damage because of, frankly, poor decisions on the part of the people in charge of that IP at the time, then they need to course correct.
Right. It has something to do with diversity or inclusion. No one has a problem with that. That's not the issue here. Instead of people associating their favorite franchise with fun storytelling, it becomes associated with horrible fans who are never happy with the content. Well, my favorite franchise is associated with shitty media hot takes like this one and tired of being called names for not liking what they like.
Because of years of articles like this from outlets like this and attacks on fandom and all this drama around Lucasfilm, and we know how Lucasfilm actually feels about Star Wars fans, I don't even have any interest in the classic trilogy anymore. I'm being honest. I'm not asking anybody to get out a tiny violin or anything, but I see anything Star Wars and I immediately am like, nah, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care if it's R2. I don't care.
Even if people think that they're good, they weren't good in a role, there's no excuse for harassing on social media. Agreed. We've been saying that. A lot of people have been saying that. Very few people actually harass these people, okay? Okay, you should all be excited about a big franchise. Well, we tried to be. Fans feel certain ownership over characters, and that's okay. Well, it's okay when you do. Many fans have grown up loving these characters and want to see them on the screen, but characters evolve and change. A character's race shouldn't matter. What matters is the character's core values stay intact. Yeah, you're right. It shouldn't. You're completely right. However, that's all it's being led with. And this article, race shouldn't matter. So if you don't like a character, it's because you're racist. Race shouldn't matter. What difference does it make?
Why make it all about that? That's the thing.
Now it's race or gender. And then they're talking about the actors they go after. No, toxic fans ruin a lot of people's experience. It isn't only actors they go after; it's other fans. Well, have media take a lesson from your own playbook? Most are simply trying to enjoy the franchises they love, or simply waiting to see a show before passing judgment. Hey, we've done that many times, but you're still not allowed to pass judgment after it comes out.
Yeah, right? You're not. Like, oh, did you see it? Yeah, we watched, Last Jedi, opening night, and it was a gut punch.
Often people who love something are sought out by those that hate it and then berated about how you shouldn't love it. No, actually, bullshit.
It's the other way around.
It is the other way around. I have seen some people who like it, and I'm like, that's okay, agree to disagree. I have not harassed them, said anything to them. I have had, personally, people dump shit on me all the time. Threats, death threats, because I didn't like the fucking movie I liked. Or cartoon show.
We got put on a freaking list by that crazy ass, what was it, Rewriting Ripley? Mm-hmm. That crazy ass podcast with connections to Lucasfilm. We got put on a list of no good Nick websites. We
were called alt-right and stuff like that.
Called alt-right because we didn't like The Last fucking Jedi, fucking movie, and we got threats over it. We got blacklisted. We were nobody was allowed to link us on this one Reddit forum anymore.
And then it was ridiculous. Funny. It was funny too because things we were saying was like, "There's no plan here. What the hell's going on?" That you clearly have no overreaching story arc or anything else. But when they went and did Rise of Skywalker and undid all the things that the media and all these kiss asses loved about Last Jedi, they were furious and they started saying the same things we said, but they were allowed to say it because it was them. And this is bullshit that you'll be hunted down if you like something. Like hell you will. You might be. I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but it's more likely to go the other way. We've seen it many, many, many times.
This is bullshit too.
This whole article is bullshit.
It doesn't give fans the right to start aggressively telling people why they're wrong and demand that they also hate that.
Or the other way, that you're wrong and you have to love it.
More often the other way. And you want to talk about like a power imbalance. It's usually the media So you have a fan with a particular bias with a large megaphone that somebody else built, frankly. You did not, none of these people that scream about this stuff built the websites that they're running. They basically moved in and, parked it. And they've been doing this for years, whether it's gamers or Star Wars fans or anime fans, whatever. I've got the megaphone. I'm going to tell you what's what. And if you push back at all or question my opinions, you're a horrible, awful person, alt-right, blah, 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 blah,
They're
blah.
talking about studio taking part in this conversation to send a good message. Well, maybe the studio who's now telling people, everybody they're racist, shouldn't have taken Finn off the fucking China poster.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Right.
And then, you support people who flat out say that all whites are this or all whites are that, but then anybody says anything, oh, they're racist, okay? Everyone wants to see themselves represented on screen. It may give them someone to look up to, a character they can relate to better, or simply inspire them to try something in their own lives. Unless you're ginger. Then fuck you. The representation shouldn't be denied because certain parts of the fandom are discriminatory. They're not discriminatory because you're making these characters that suck. You're doing stories that suck. There was all kinds of diversity in Mandalorian, and it was pretty much everybody liked the Mandalorian. I mean, there was people who didn't, but for the most part, everybody seemed to like the Mandalorian, and there was plenty of diversity in the Mandalorian. So your narrative is shit. This is all you trying to preemptively call people who don't like your show racist, istophobics, whatever, because people are going to not like the show.
And look, this is, I believe, 100%, because we've been following this for like 4 or 5 years now. I believe for 100% it's a Lucasfilm story group. I don't know if it's Disney proper necessarily, but I do believe...
They don't stop it.
They don't stop it, but I think the Lucasfilm story group is proactively out there trying to stir the shit and make a case for why they should do what they do, and in some cases they make really stupid decisions that, further run the franchise into the ground.
Right, but they're blaming it, they're preemptively. It's all racism, even though, as we've come out many times and said, don't harass people on social media.
No, we've said that many times.
And don't harass people based on, race or gender or, identity or any of that. We've said it many, many times. Because most of the fans that are pissed about these movies, that has nothing to do with it. It's because you get these characters in there that are basically stereotypes and tropes, and they're just shitty characters. They're very thin, they're very shallow characters, but that's okay. They have the identity shield on, so that automatically makes them deep characters because they said so. And people don't like them because they don't feel Star Wars. And then you're just a racist, istophobic, whatever, because the media says so. Most people weren't fighting about it, so the media stepped in and started causing trouble.
So the actors need to have a safe space. The fans need to have a safe space.
Unless you don't like it, then fuck you.
And the studio should actively condemn the horrible accounts. I think they've been weaponizing people like this, this writer. I think they've been weaponizing journalists. I think they've been weaponizing nut jobs like Rewriting Ripley, and certain Twitter accounts, and promising them access or cookies or perks or whatever to go out and try to smack down any dissent.
And meanwhile, how's it working for you? Like your Star Wars hotel, the bookings are wide open from August till December. Most of your merchandise is classic Star Wars based because that's the only thing that sells. This is bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Condemn the horrible accounts. But I'm talking about the extremists on both sides. The people go around calling everybody preemptively racist when just because they might not like a show or they don't agree with them. Everybody's welcome in the fandom unless you don't agree with me. And then you're not allowed to. And then we can send people after you to call you swear words in Spanish.
Yeah, again, if Reva winds up being an awesome character that makes sense within the timeline that this is supposed to take place in, fantastic. Again, people loved, just in The Mandalorian, they loved Carl Weathers, they loved Giancarlo Esposito. They had no problem there. Those characters made sense. They were good actors, but it seems all indicators seem to be that this is going to be the Reva show.
When they lead with, they're leading with all the PR being, look, it's a black woman.
Yeah.
Well, what about the character? Well, it doesn't matter. She's a black woman. That's exactly how they're leading it in. And if you don't like her, you're racist. That is what they're doing. When you look at all these articles, that's what they're doing. Now, speaking of bullshit and diversity, remember the whiteboard back when we were showing you the High Republic books and how, the whiteboard, and it was like diversity was above character and everything else in story. And then the one that was dinosaurs, and we joked about, oh, look, it's diversity in dinosaurs. And it was something we kept joking about. We've joked about it many times in different videos.
Yeah.
So today at Celebration, they had a panel. So they had this panel. And it was about the books and the High Republic. And they're talking about the characters and how they're trying to do this big diverse amount of characters. We know it was on the whiteboard. So they're talking about diversity.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it just boils down to Star Wars is for everybody. And
Yes.
if you're not reflecting the people you see in the real world in your fantasy worlds, there's a problem. And I think it was really great that thank you! Let's clap for diversity.
Isn't she the one that told everybody to not read her stuff? If you don't like her stuff, don't read it.
I believe so, yeah.
Diversity. And dinosaurs.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're watching. I'm thinking they're watching.
We already know Disney watches everything we do. But it's funny when she said, okay, now, I do appreciate that joke. I really do. I wasn't offended. I was more amused.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny because I was like, I get that. I'll give you that. That was a pretty good jab, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's so weird because I totally forgot we even made that joke.
Oh, we made it so many times. Because we were joking about, like, with She-Ra, it was like boots and pants and genocide.
Yeah.
So then we were like, it's diversity and dinosaurs. And we've been saying that forever. Then she says it on here, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? So, yeah, apparently we must have gone under her skin a little bit. Why mention it?
Yeah, so are they like gathering around the giant Star Destroyer table at Lucasfilm HQ and watching these YouTube videos? I mean, it must drive them insane that YouTubers that have no studio connection whatsoever are able to get more views than a lot of the official Star Wars videos.
Oh my gosh, when they put anything in the High Republic, nobody watches it. They don't care. The books don't even do well. You do Google searches on, like, analytic, like what we see how popular something is. They barely blip on the thing.
I literally forgot the High Republic existed. Like it came and went, and it was like, who cares?
They're still doing it. They're doing phase 2 now.
Who cares? It's all stuff's gonna wind up at the dollar store. Ollie's. It's all going to Ollie's.
Well,
I think what gets me is, like, how many Lucasfilm Story Group members does it take to screw in the light bulb? Like, George Lucas came up with most of Star Wars himself. And you got, like, committees upon committees.
Well, that's why they took the fun out of it. She was like, we took the fun out of Star Wars.
Oh,
like,
Kathleen
yes,
Kennedy.
you
Yeah,
totally did.
yeah.
But, I mean, and I appreciate these people genuinely seem very excited about what they're doing. And that's
fine.
cool. I think that's cool. You're excited about what you're doing. I'm not, like, throwing shade down specifically. But what I'm throwing shade at is the fact that they could have these books with these good characters and good stories and just put them out there and let the world decide. But they don't. We're on the stage because it's about diversity, right? We already represented diversity. Diversity. I mentioned she's black. Did I mention diversity? Because of diversity. And you don't need to do that. Put your work out there and let it speak for itself. You don't. You're just too busy hiding behind these shields of people, of identities that you want to use as a shield for yourself. And that's my problem with it. Just make good stories with good characters and put it out there. You don't have to tell me about how diverse it is.
I think eventually, we're talking about this pendulum swing out of necessity, and we're seeing companies like Netflix and Warner walk it back a little bit. And I have a feeling that it's going to be a very painful lesson for Disney, but they're going to take a good hard look at Star Wars. And if MCU Phase 4 does not do as well as they'd hoped, they're going to be like, oh, maybe we need to fix this shit and go back to basics.
I don't know. And the sad thing is, though, what happens is then they take it as diversity is the problem. And diversity is not the problem.
That's not the problem. The issue is, leading with that and then beating people over the head because you're not allowed to criticize quote unquote diverse characters. You're not, because even if they suck. We've seen this in so many times, so many shows. Like, this show is garbage, and they're like, you just don't like lesbians. It's like, no, the show's just not good. Mm-hmm. And then it got to a tipping point with Netflix with, what was it, Q-Force or Queer Force or whatever it was. Where, even LGBTQ people were coming out like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, this pandering shit. What is this?
Yeah. It's because people don't care about how diverse something is. I mean, it can be diverse, but they just want a good story with good characters. And then like, for example, when they did The Mandalorian Season 2 at the end, we didn't realize till after we saw it, oh my God, it's all women. And they took the bridge and everything else. It was all women. You don't even catch that till later. Like, because it's so, you don't even think about it. You're just like, oh, these characters and they're kicking ass. And then you're like, wait a minute, they're all women. Because it wasn't like, do we mention they're all women? Hey, guess what? They're all women because diversity, because of women.
You know, it's so funny they're mentioning this because Rosario Dawson plays Ahsoka. I guess she doesn't count because they put her in orange.
Maybe, I guess not. Oh, they had the other girl that was in Rise of Skywalker, which I didn't even watch, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But they've had several characters that, you know, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Well, here's the thing, because Rosario Dawson doesn't count because she was on the naughty list, and Gina Carano doesn't count because she's on the naughty list, but we have a couple of strong female characters in new Disney Star Wars that the fans actually have liked.
And they're diverse.
And they're diverse, but you know, we can't have that. And it's all about Reva going forward.
Diversity and dinosaurs.
Yeah, Stranger Things comes out at the same time. I think we're gonna watch that over Obi-Wan.
No, I don't know. We're probably gonna watch Stranger Things over Obi-Wan. Anyway, let's wrap it up because this was really long and it's really late and we have to get up early tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
Damn it.
Early, we go to bed late and get up early every damn day.
But I'm so tired.
All right, guys. So we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Now he's just tasty, delicious, rotten flesh meat, which I can consume. Don't read into it too much.
Just like our museum, the cafe's open and Brewster is eager to serve. I don't think this was in the show. Run, 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 run. Oh, you got splatted. Oh, she was begging and you kicked her in the face.
I don't care.
Hey guys, Squid King here, and today we're in a—
Not girl boss at all. She is not a material girl.
She is not. Oh, it's Christmas time here in your mom. Nobody wants to join your mom.
What?
Like I can't even cook kid cuisine right. I would last about 2 minutes with Gordon Ramsay.
What? Where is he?
He's hiding. He's hiding from you.
He better.
Oh my God, you got the axe.
Walker, does this look like Steven Universe? Let me punch him. Well, I'm just here for the wax. Right where you belong.
Get in the dirt.
Well, that was a combination of events I probably shouldn't have put together. Anyways, let's open this bottle too.
Chica Pinata. Is that official?
Oh, no.
There's a bootleg.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, it's Diamond Tool.
Let's make a farm.
Like and subscribe and buy my merch.
I mean, while you're here, you guys should like really like and subscribe and buy our merch, all of which we have.
That is true. You can't run them carrying trash. You can get away with one F-bomb per PG-13 movie.
I wish I'd known that sooner.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna wrap this effer up.
Yes.